Huddersfield Town returned to the Championship after 2 seasons spell in the Premier League. However, upon relegation, the Terriers have struggled to make an attempt on being promoted and found themselves sitting 3 points off the relegation zone at the end of the season. So today we take hold of the leash and hope to take the Terriers back to the top flight as well as champions of Europe. So, you guys must be wondering, Owen, what are the rules of a rebuild challenge? Well, first off, the main objective is to take a team to Champions League glory, and through that, all games will be simulated, bar the Champions League final, which will be played, of course. Transfers, they could be as realistic or unrealistic as I want them to be, and the final rule is that there will be a big focus on the transfer window. So rules aside, guys, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this rebuild. So our first overall looks at the squad. We have some decent players, but we also have some players who are a bit older we'll need to replace. We've got Carlon Grant, who I know has got pretty decent potential, so I reckon he could be with us for a large sum of the career mode. But about for the rest of the players, I'm not really too sure what to expect. Don't really know what we'll need to improve on. I'll probably say a left back at least we'll need to improve on. But other than that, I'm not really too sure. So yeah, guys, guess I'll bring him back when we figure out some signings we want to make. So first thing that we are going to do for transfer wise is we are going to be bringing back Terence Congolo back off loan. Our defence was looking pretty weak and I probably could have waited till next season, but I reckon we need the extra strength to survive this season. So we're going to be bringing back Terence Congolo, and 200k, I reckon it's a pretty worthy investment for our first piece of business. So we have made our brand new left back signing, guys. We have brought over Xavier Quintilla from Villarreal here. The Spanish left back here is joining us here at the club for a fee of £5.2 million and 22 years old, 73 rated. I reckon it'll be a nice little signing and a pretty good pickup for the future. So we have a departure here, guys. We have decided to sell our German centre back, Christopher Schneidler. I was planning on keeping him, but I thought he's 29, we might as well sell him now while we can still get a decent figure for him, and for 4 mil, I'm hoping we can bring in a decent centre back. And we have brought in that brand new centre back signing, guys. We have brought over Axel Tuanzebe from Manchester United. The English centre back here is pretty young, he's pretty good, 21 years old, 74 rated. I think will be a decent partner for Congolo for the remainder of the season. So I have another departure here, guys. We have decided to sell Jonathan Hogg, the guy who set up Deeney for that incredible promotion goal in the semi-finals and the playoffs a few seasons back. He is leaving us here. We was thinking of keeping him, but same as with Schneidler, we needed to sell him while he's worth the most money. So he is joining Grêmio over in the Brazilian league for a fee of £3.2 million. And that Hogg departure gave us just enough to fuel this signing right here, guys. We've brought over Bukayo Saka from Arsenal. The young English winger is joining us here at the club for a fee of £11 million, and I'm really excited about this signing. Bukayo Saka has been a beast this season for Arsenal in real life, so hopefully he can bring some flair over to the Championship and help us avoid relegation and potentially push for promotion. I'm not really too sure if I wanted to get promoted this season, but if we could get it, then that would be fantastic. But hopefully with this signing, our midfield and front line now has a little bit more flair. So we've made it to the last hour of deadline day without any more business going on. We have brought in Quintilla, Tuanzebe and Saka for 23 mil, as well as getting rid of Schneidler and Hogg. We've got rid of some older players, got some younger players in. This is how our starting 11 is looking though. It looks pretty strong. I reckon we should be able to survive with this starting 11. Pushing for promotion, I'm not too sure just yet. But either way, I'm just happy with survival in this first season. I'm really just trying to bed out the squad in hopes of pushing for promotion definitely next season. So yeah, guys, I guess I'll bring him back in January. So halfway through the season, we ourselves sitting in 6th, which is just automatic, not automatic, playoff football. Which would be okay, I guess. Like, pushing for it would be nice, but I would prefer to stay in for another season just to fortify the squad a bit more. But yeah, guys, we've had a pretty decent first half to the season. I'll see if I can make any improvements in January, but if not, I guess I'll bring you back on deadline day. So we were unable to do any business in this transfer window, neither capture or departure. Capture, what am I on about? But the start level has not changed too much, apart from growth from a couple of players. Saka hitting a 76, Tuanzebe hitting a 76. Hopefully Grant can grow a bit more, because I know he's got a pretty decent potential. We're probably going to need to pick up a new right back next season because Simpson is 32, So that's a position we're going to be hoping to upgrade. We're going to need to sign a goalkeeper as well next season because Lursel's only on loan. So yeah guys, guess I'll bring you back at the end of the season. So at the end of the season we do drop and we do finish in 8th, which like I said I'm not too fussed about because my main objective wasn't promotion, it was just fortifying the squad. This is a good push for next season though. I know we were 12 points off of the promotion places, but I reckon with a few more signings and a bit more growth from some of our younger players, we can definitely be challenging with the top dogs in the championship next season. So at the end of all that guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the start of season 2. So Lursel was only here with us on loan last season, but he did used to play for Huddersfield, but when they got relegated he transferred and we've brought him back now permanently. We've brought him in for 3.5 mil. I could have picked up someone else, but I thought he did as well last season, we might as well sign him for this season and he can be our backup goalkeeper when we do go up, hopefully. So yeah guys, with Lursel into the club we've now got a sustainable goalkeeper, meaning all we've got to do now is really pick up a decent right back, and I guess I'll bring you back when that happens. So we have a departure here guys, we have decided to sell Tommy Elphick here, the English centre back. He joined us last season but we didn't play, so we decided to sell him. We've managed to get 480k for him. So guys, we have decided to sign our brand new right back here. We have brought over Kyle Walker-Peters here from Spurs. The young English right back was on loan at Southampton last season, but we have brought him down here to Huddersfield for this season. He's going to play in defence alongside Tuanzebe, Congolo and Quintello. And I'm really excited about this signing. Very good, young, decent right back. Should be able enough to help carry us to the Prem this season. So we have a goalkeeper departure in here guys. We have decided to sell Ben Hamer. The goalkeeper was on loan at Derby last season, but he was getting an age where he would have been a decent backup I reckon, but I just decided to chip him off to get a few extra funds in to renew a few contracts and all that. So yeah guys, I guess we're off if any more business is made. So I didn't realise that this guy was out on loan last season. He has returned to us this season, but we have already picked up Kyle Walker-Peters now. So I've decided to sell Florent Hadarjanaj. I'm not sure if that's how I pronounce it, but the Kosvonian right back, is going to be joining Nunes and playing in Argentina. So we have a departure here guys. We have decided to sell Elias Kachunga here, the Congolian right midfielder. He's leaving us and he's going to be playing in Saudi Arabia, joining Al Hilal for a fee of £2 million. So we have a departure here guys. We have sold Colin Quiner here. The German striker is going to be joining FC Famalicão in Portugal for a fee of 720k. So we have another departure guys. We have decided to sell Danny Simpson here, our other right back who was our starting right back last season. We have decided to sell him to Girona for a fee of 540k. So we have another departure again guys. We have sold Harry Toffolo here. He's going to be joining Fulham for a fee of £2.2 million. We probably should be selling our players to some of our promotion rivals, but honestly we've got Quintilla and I reckon he's going to be perfectly fine. And we have a few other decent backups behind him if we need be. So I reckon we'll be fine. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring back if any more business is made. So we have a departure here guys. We have decided to sell Joel Coleman here. The goalkeeper is going to be leaving us to join St. Pauli in Germany for a fee of 620k. So we have another departure guys. We have decided to sell Fraser Campbell here. The English striker is a bit old, so we have decided to sell him. He's going to be joining Birmingham City for a fee of 500k. So we have a departure here guys. We have sold Richard Stearman here. The old English centre back is leaving us to be joining Preston for a fee of 400k. So we've only brought in 2 signings in, Lursel and Walker-Peters, but we've had a flurry of departures that not even all of them can show on that section of the screen. This is another starting 11 is going to be looking. We had this Mbenza guy who was out on loan last season who I didn't know about, so he's slotting in at right mid for us this season. But with that guys, I'm really excited about the squad. We all got a nice amount of money saved up now from the departures, meaning we should be able to go in for a nice little signing in January. We've had some great growth from certain players which I'm extremely happy about, so I can really see good things going forward. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the halfway mark. So guys, halfway through the season we are sitting comfortably in the playoffs, which is very nice to see. So we are going to be at least pushing for promotion this season. Maybe getting automatic promotion is a bit out of the way now with Aston Villa and Fulham absolutely smashing us, but we could still potentially be aiming for a third place finish, and if we do string a few wins together and maybe Villa and Fulham pick up a few losses, we could catch up. But I do see us probably having to play playoffs, which is a little less unreliable, but I'll take what I can get. So yeah guys, now we're in January. I'll see if I can string together a bit more money and see if we can make a mega signing. So once again we have some more departures, and we have decided to sell Adama Diakhaby here to Norwich City. The French-born winger is going to be leaving us for £5 million, and we managed to get what I'd say decent fee for him. So I think we're one sale away from picking up the big signing I was talking about, so I'm starting to get really excited. So we have got a departure here guys. We have sold Trevor Chalobah. The young English midfielder was somebody I did intend to keep for some nice backup and potentially some more money future, but honestly the money is much needed right now to bring in this big player I want to sign for the club. So yeah guys, with Chalobah out, we should have enough to fuel this new signing. So guys, here is that epic new signing I was talking about. We have brought over Juan Camilo Hernandez here from Watford. The young Colombian striker who's joined us here at the club for a fee of £14 million. And honestly, a player of this quality is only going to be improving with us. And honestly, like I said, our front line is going to be absolutely deadly now. Him and Carlon Grant are just going to form an absolutely unbelievable partnership and hopefully carry us into the Prem next season, and hopefully carry us to survival in the Prem as well, with the hopes of it. Because with two solid strikers, both at least 78 rated, I can see our front line being pretty formidable. So obviously the big pull of Hernandez into the club and the departure of Diakhaby and Chalobah, the only piece of business for this window, our starting 11 is starting to look real quality. What I'd say we need is we probably need a brand new attacking midfielder. Probably a brand new centre back and goalkeeper, but those two probably aren't as crucial. I know Hernandez can play cam, so we could possibly do that as well if we need to, and play Mooney back up front, but I'm quite happy with how the team looks at the minute. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the end of the season. So at the end of the season guys, we have finished in third, meaning we have got playoffs to go through. We did have a blinder over the second half of the season and Fulham dropped a few points, meaning if we'd have just won one more game, we may have had a chance of getting automatic promotion, but we would have had a few other factors have to play part in that as well. But yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we get our playoff results. So guys, we are playing Premier League football next season after beating Norwich 2-0 in the playoff final here. And who did we have in the semi-final? We beat Sheffield United 2-1 on aggregate. But I'm not really too fussed now guys, because we are through to the Premier League finally. In season 3 we will be beginning our hunt for survival in the Premier League. So kicking off this season guys, we have a departure as we have sold Alex Pritchard to Torino. The English attacking midfielder has served us well in these past 2 seasons, but I think it's about time we grab ourselves a much bigger upgrade. So guys, we have another departure here, and we have decided to sell Lewis O'Brien here. He's leaving us to go back to the Championship and to join Brentford. So guys, we have got our brand new attacking midfielder. We have picked up Christopher Nkunku here from RB Leipzig. The French attacking midfielder who's joined us here at the club for a fee of £40 million, and for a player of this quality, he's 84 rated, 23 years old. This is an absolutely incredible signing, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he performs. So guys, we have a departure here. We've decided to sell John Gornik Stankovic. The Slovenian centre-back is leaving us and going to be joining FC Basel for a fee of £3 million. So guys, we have picked up a brand new goalkeeper to go between the sticks for us here. We have picked up Andriy Lunin here from Real Madrid. The Ukrainian shot stopper is joining us here at the club for a fee of £18.5 million, and this guy is going to be an endgame goalkeeper for us. I don't see us needing to sign a brand new one, unless he doesn't grow as much as I expect him to, but I do expect good things from him. 22 years old, 80 rated. I'm expecting big things from the young keeper. So on our first season in the Prem, we have spent just under 60 mil bringing in Nkunku and Lunin, as well as getting rid of Pritchard, O'Brien and Gornik Stankovic. This is how the starting 11 is looking going into our first season in the Prem. I'm not really too sure what we should be expecting, but hopefully with a decent playmaker now, him and Saka can create a lot of chances for Grant and Hernandez, and hopefully them goals can keep us alive. So halfway through the season, we are in 11th in our first season of the Prem, which is pretty nice to see. Obviously we spent quite a decent amount in the transfer window and we have got some good players, so survival was expected. We aren't exactly safe, because we are only like 1 or 2 points ahead of the others, up to 15th. So we have got a bit of work still to do in the second half of the season, and I'll bring you guys back for making any signings in hope of bolstering our chances. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make any more signings in order to bolster the squad, but the starting 11 is looking strong enough to survive in my opinion. We've not got Quintilla hitting an 80, Bacuna almost hitting the 80s, which I wasn't expecting from some players like that. Walker Peters could do with growing a bit more as our right back. We're definitely going to need to bring in either a new right mid or a new centre back next season. But other than that, guys, the squad's looking pretty strong. Twansby at an 82 now, Grant at an 82, and Kunku now 85. Just the absolute diamond in our midfield. So we have a pretty strong side. I'm expecting us to survive, but it's just whereabouts we're going to finish in the second half of the table. I'm not too sure about that. So I guess I'll bring you guys back at the end of the season. So at the end of the season, we have finished in 13th position, which is a pretty nice position to finish in our first season. We obviously didn't get relegated, which is the main thing that I'm excited about. We were only 7 points off the relegation zone. However, I do think our goal difference would have been enough to carry us through. Yeah, it would have. So yeah, guys, I guess I'll bring you back in season 4 after a great start to our first season in the Prem. So to kick off season 4, guys, we have sold our right midfielder here. We have decided to sell Isaac and Benza here. The Belgian right midfielder was with us on loan from the start, but he was out on loan, if you get what I mean. But we have decided to sell him now because we're going to pick up someone a lot better on the right flank. So we've sold him for 15.5 mil, which I'm very happy about. Decent figure for a player who is not really what I want in the club anymore. Like, it was good for like the first or the second season in the Championship and the first in the Prem, but now we're moving on because we need to pick up someone of a bit more quality. As well, another departure here, we have decided to sell Steve Mooney. The striker was with us here from the start, and I did want to keep him because he did provide decent backup for Hernandez and Grant, but we needed the extra money in order to fund this next signing. So we managed to sell him and acquire 14 mil for the striker, and I'm really happy with it. Got decent money. Player who was one of our better backup players is now gone, unfortunately, but hopefully with this departure it should allow us to pick up a quality right mid and hopefully help us push for top half table football. And guys, here is the world class right mid we have brought in. We have brought over Serge Gnabry from Bayern Munich here, the German wide midfielder, the former Arsenal Youth Academy player. He is joining us over here in Huddersfield for a fee of £50 million, and it's a cracking fee for a cracking player. And I'm really excited to see how he does with us in the Prem this season. Hopefully him and Saka can provide a lot of quality down on the widths and play some passes through to Grant and through Nkunku. So our attacking is looking pretty solid. I'd say the only thing we need to work on now is our defence a bit, but that's growing slowly, so we'll just leave that for the remainder. And I guess I'll bring you guys back if we make any signings. So guys, we have decided to sell Jonas Lössl here. The keeper joined Huddersfield in 2017 when Huddersfield were first promoted, and then left them in 2019 when they got relegated. We loaned him, we decided to sign him, and he was with us for our first campaign back in the Premier League. However, with Lunin becoming our first choice goalkeeper, he thought he deserved better and requested a move. So we have decided to sell him over to RB Salzburg, and he's going to be spending the remainder of his career, I'd probably say, over in Austria. So in this transfer window, we have signed Serge Gnabry, as well as selling Benza, Mooney and Lössl. This is how the starting 11 is going to be looking. Our wingers and attacking midfielder is absolutely insane. 286 and an 87. Lunin now an 84, Twansby an 83, Grant an 83. We just need a bit more growth from hopefully Walker Peters and Quintilla, Bacuna, Hernandez. We are going to need to pick up a centre back at some point. I know I always say this, but it's just I see other people who I can get on the cheap and improve other positions, and my mind just instantly forgets about the centre back position. But hopefully Congola won't weigh us down too much, because hopefully Lunin and Twansby can carry us. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we're halfway through the season. So in January we are currently in 9th position, which is basically just smack bang middle of the table, which is nice to see. So I'm pretty sure we're safe from relegation, as we are 12 points clear of 13th. No, of 12, 13 points. Oh, I can't do maths. 13 points clear of 13 is 12 points clear of 12. There we go. I'm going to stop there. So we're safe on that regard. I'll go to push for Europe. We are kind of close for Europe actually. So we may end up pushing for Europa League football depending on how the second half of the season goes. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring it back for making any signings. Guys, we have just put off a huge pre-contract signing. We have signed Timo Werner on a pre-contract and the German striker will be joining us here next season. I was looking at the players we had in the club. I was looking at players whose contracts were expiring and I saw him and I thought Hernandez hasn't grown as much as I actually intended him to or expected him to. So we've gone and picked up Timo Werner. Hernandez will drop to the bench next season. So with Timo Werner coming in next season, I can see us definitely at least pushing for Europa League football next season if we don't get it this season. So really all we need to do then is focus on some new defenders and possibly a new CDM. But other than that guys, I guess I'm back for making any more signings, and if not, I guess I'll bring it back on deadline day. So with our limited remaining budget, we were able to pull off this signing here. We have signed Bafode Diakate from Toulouse here. The French centre-back is going to be joining us as a backup centre-back to provide cover for Congolo and Twanzebe. We picked him up on a release clause for 4.2 mil, and I'm excited about this signing because he's 22 so he can still grow. So we could potentially ship him off for a lot more than what we paid for. So this could be a lot of profit we've just made on this signing. This transfer window, we have brought in Werner for next season and Diakate this season. This is how the starting 11's looking. Once again, we're starting to become a lot stronger. We are definitely going to need to pick up a centre-back. But our wingers, Cam, striker, goalkeeper, Twanzebe, he's grown quite a lot as well. So with starting 11 this strong, I can only really see us pushing top half of the table. I'm not too sure if we'll be able to push for Europe this season, but if we could, that'd be good, but I guess we'll just find out at the end of the season. So at the end of the season, we ended up finishing in 7th position, which I think we might get Europa League football, depending on the FA Cup results. But I reckon we'll just have to wait until next season for a proper push into European football. 7th position is good though, it's an improvement on what we had last season and 13th, so finishing 6 places higher, that's a very good thing to see. So I guess guys, I'll bring you back in season 5. And here he is guys, Timo Werner has now been unveiled to the fans after his transfer from Leipzig. The German striker now with us, and I'm really excited to see how he does in partnership alongside Karlan Grant. So guys, we were lacking in a decent backup goalkeeper for Lunin, so we have decided to pick one up here at the start of this season. We've picked up Laris Karius here from Liverpool. It's a bit of a questionable signing, but I reckon for a backup keeper it'll be fine. It's 10 mil, it should be fine as long as you don't have to come on in the Champions League final. So guys, we have a departure. We have decided to sell our centre-back Terence Congolo here. I did want to keep the Dutchman, however he was getting a bit older and we're going to be looking to bring in a new centre-back. So we have decided to sell him for a fee of £14.5 million, and hopefully we should be able to pick up a decent centre-back to replace him. Well guys, we have a brand new signing here. We have brought over Ibrahima Konate here from Leverkusen. The French centre-back joining his club for a fee of £44 million. It's a hefty transfer fee, but hopefully him and Twanzebe can form a decent partnership and carry us into Europe this season. Another departure here guys, we have decided to sell Reece Brown. He's going to join the FC St Gallen for a fee of £4.25 million. So I was hoping to keep Xavier, but when PSG offers 70 mil for your 83 rated left back, it's an offer you can't really refuse, is it? So we have decided to sell Quintella. He's been with us from our first season in charge and he's grown past his potential, so picking up 70 mil for him, hopefully we'll be able to pick up a decent replacement. We have a brand new sign-in here. We have brought in a brand new left back in the form of Renan Lodi. The Brazilian left back is here for 50 mil from Bayern Munich. And this left back, 25 years old, he should be our in-game left back. I don't see us needing anymore. So with him in our defence now, the defence is starting to look a lot stronger. So hopefully we can start pushing for European football this season. So we spent quite a lot of money in this first transfer window, 104 mil, bringing in Karius, Konate and Lodi, as well as getting rid of Congolo, Brandt and Quintilla. This is how the starting 11's looking now. Honestly, just a world-class right-back and a world-class CDM, and our squad is going to be absolutely able to push for Champions League football. And we could potentially go really deep in the Champions League if we do get into it with a brand new CDM and right-back. So I guess I'll bring you guys back halfway through the season. Through the season, we are sitting in a solid 7th position, which is pretty decent. We are on the hunt for a Champions League spot. We're 7 points off, so we can definitely push for it. But as long as we do end up with Europa League football at the end of the season, which I'm pretty sure we might end up with, I'll be happy. So I guess I'll bring you guys back if we do make any signings. So guys, we have a brand new signing here. We have brought over Ruben Vargas here from Augsburg. The Swiss left midfielder is joining his own club for a fee of £11.4 million. We picked him up on a release cost signing because we didn't have much money remaining from the Lodi signing. So we just picked up someone here who can be a decent backup and provide a little cover for Saka and a bit for Gnabry as well. So Vargas being our only signing this transfer window leaves the squad basically the exact same as it was. We've had a bit of growth from some players, and Saka nearly hitting 90, which will be very cool to see. Bit more growth from Bakuna and Kanate. We'll pick up a new right back next season for Walker Peters as he is being outgrown by the rest of the squad. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the end of the season. So at the end of the season, we're finishing 5th, just off Champions League football by goal difference. Man United were able to score a lot more goals than us, which has helped sees them get through to the Champions League, which does mean we are going to be playing Europa League football next season, so that's not really too bad, but I'd at least like to have a chance at Champions League football. But we did win the Carabao Cup, guys, that's a nice little trophy to pick up at least. And there was hope, guys. Thanks to finishing 7th last season and one of the other teams not winning the FA Cup, we did get into the Europa League through qualification rounds, and as you can clearly see, we came out on top in the final over Man United, meaning we are actually going to be playing Champions League football next season. Come on, let's see who we beat along the way. So we obviously beat Man United in the final. In the group stages, we topped our group, winning every single game. Who did we have in the... We beat Sporting 5-1 on aggregate in the round of 32. In the round of 16, we beat Lille 6-2 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, we won Valencia 3-2. In the semis, we won Lazio 3-2 on aggregate. And then obviously beat Man U 2-0 in the final, which does mean we are going to be having Champions League football next season. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the start of season 6. So we have a brand new signing here, guys. We have decided to bring over Reece James here from Schalke. The English right back is joining his club for a fee of £63 million. Very much overpaid, but for a decent right back nowadays, you have to spend the big money. I was thinking of keeping Walker Peters as our starting right back, but if we really want to push deep, we're going to need some top class players, and Reece James just has that about him, which Walker Peters doesn't. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring it back if we make any more signings. We have a brand new signing here, guys. We have picked up Julian Weigl here from Benfica. The German CDM is going to be our backup centre defensive midfielder to go behind Bakuna, and we've picked him up for a fee of £20 million. So we have a departure here, guys. We have sold Herbert Barkhorn. The Ugandan right back was with us from the start, but we have decided to sell him to Preston as we now have enough right backs in the club. So in this transfer window, we have spent 83 mil bringing in James and Weigl as well as selling Barkhorn. This is how the starting 11 is looking. As you can see, we have got a very strong side. I'm not really too sure what needs improving. Hopefully Bakuna and Kanate can grow a bit more. Same for Lodi and James. But that's all we really need. I can't really see us needing too much strength anywhere else. But anyway guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we find out our Champions League group. So as far as Champions League groups go, I'd say we've actually been dealt quite an easy group. I can see us and Valencia going through, but not too much hope for PSV or Dynamo Kiev. So anyway guys, I guess I'll bring you back when the results are in. As expected, no challenge. We finished top of the group, winning every single game. And let's just see if we get in the round of 16 then. We're drawn against Lazio. That's quite a lucky opponent. I reckon they will have some decent players, but I don't think it'll be enough to take us out of the tournament this early on. So anyways guys, I guess I'll bring you back when January. So halfway through the season, we ourselves sitting in 2nd position, just 4 points behind 1st place, which means we are actually challenging for the title, and we are now definitely going to be challenging for a Champions League position, I reckon, because we are about 7 points clear of 5th. So that's always a nice thing to see. So anyways guys, I guess I'll bring it back if we do make any more signings. So I was planning on keeping Bacuna for the remainder of the rebuild, but Juventus just offered us 120 mil for him. And honestly, if I'd have turned that down, I'd have had to be pretty stupid. So we've managed to acquire a decent fee from him, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up a decent defensive midfielder. So we have a world-class signing here guys. We have picked up Rodri here from Man City. He's coming over for £80 million. He's 28 years old but 89 rated. Is a big improvement on Bacuna, and we managed to get him for 40 mil cheaper than what we sold Bacuna for. So overall I think this is some decent business. So thanks to the Bacuna departure, we have actually made a pretty extraordinary pre-contract signing in Jadon Sancho. The young English talent is joining us here next season. He's 94 rated. He's just going to help carry our squad. Him and Saka on the wings, the English young guns. I can't see anyone stopping us next season. So we have a brand new signing here guys. We have brought over Gabriel, the Brazilian centre-back from Nunes. We cost us £20.6 million. It was a release clause that he had, and he's just going to provide a bit of backup to Canate and Twanzebe. So we have another brand new signing just near the end of the transfer window. I've brought over Yusuf Kone here. The Malayan left back is joining us here to cover with £18 million to provide some cover for Renan Lodi. So at the end of the January transfer window, I'm pretty confident that we used the Bacuna money pretty wisely in bringing in Rodri, Sancho next season, Gabriel and Kone for a bit of support. This is how our starting 11 is looking. Honestly, I would say it's Champions League quality already, but I do think we need a few more players hitting the 90s, such as Nkunku, like Werner, like Lunin. If that does happen, then I do think that we are definitely Champions League contenders. And with the arrival of Sancho next season, if we don't win it this season, I'm pretty sure that we've got it in the bag. So I guess I'll bring you guys back. We're in our first leg against Lazio. So we have the away leg here first against Lazio, which does put us in a good position if we do get up a couple of away goals. I can see us winning this as our squad is pretty strong. Let's see how we do. We actually pick up a 1-0 loss. That's actually very surprising. That's actually filled me with quite a bit of doubt. We're going to have to be very careful in the second leg. So we are 1-0 down to Lazio after the first leg, so we have got our work cut out for us. Hopefully we can overcome it though with a win here. There we go, that's more of a scoreline I was expecting. We pick up a 4-1 win, meaning we do win 4-1 aggregate. Rodri picking up a brace. That's kind of cool, I guess. Our defensive midfielder scoring more than our actual striker. But anyway guys, now that we're through, I guess I'll bring you back when we find out our next opponent. So we will be hosting Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We have been drawn up against quite a difficult opponent, so I would like to see how we fare against them, as I know they are the top dogs and have a quite a good track record in this competition. So we have the first leg here against Real Madrid. I am expecting quite a strong game here between the two sides. Both have a lot of quality. The Galacticos versus the Terriers. Pick up a 1-1 draw. That's not as nice a result I want, which does put us in quite a disadvantage going into the second leg, because we will be at the Bernabeu, and with Real Madrid picking up an away goal, we have quite a hurdle ahead of us. So things have gone from bad to worse, as Twanzebe is suspended for this leg, as well as Grant picking up an injury, so we are missing two of our better players. Luckily we have got decent replacements for them, but this is still going to be a challenging game. Oh no, a 0-0 draw means that we have been knocked out by away goals rule. That one away goal that Real Madrid picked up was crucial. It's just annoying. The replacement for both the missing players both got suspended. That's kind of funny. But we have been knocked out in the quarters. I did expect to push a bit deeper, but there's not really much else we can do now. We'll just have to hope for a stronger challenge next year. So after a very tight title race in the Premier League this season, we end up in third on not really too sure on what, because we had the same goal difference as Man City and Liverpool, who won by 1 point, and then we were 1 point ahead of Man United. It was very intense throughout the season by the looks of things. But we do finish in third. It's unfortunate that we didn't win the title, but we're so close that I can see us definitely giving it a proper push again next season, as well as a deep run in the Champions League. However, we do pick up some silverware in the form of the FA Cup here. We won 2-1 over Manchester City, meaning that we have picked up some silverware this season, which is nice to see. So I guess I'll bring you guys back next season. And here is Jadon Sancho, guys. He's joining us here in Huddersfield now after his free move in January last season. Hopefully with him on the wings with Saka, we should be winning the Champions League this season. I thought we had a good chance last season. Clearly not with Real Madrid knocking us out. But with Sancho now, I can't see us not winning. So we have a new man joining us here. We have signed Jack Grealish here from Lyon. The former Aston Villa captain is joining us here to club for £40 million. He's going to be back up to Nkunku. He can play on the left as well, so he's pretty versatile. So I'm pretty happy with this, and hopefully he can help fill in when we need him the most. So we have another midfield signing here. We have picked up Lucas Torreira from Borussia Dortmund. The Uruguayan midfielder is going to be joining us as a backup to Rodri, and for a fee of 44 million. Bit expensive, but definitely worth it. So we have decided to splash a bit more cash in bringing in a better backup goalkeeper. We have brought over Matteo Perrin from Valencia here for a fee of £22 million. And he's 84 rated, so he's a bit better than Karius, and hopefully he should be able to fill in and Karius drop into third choice. And we have decided to bring in another striker signing here. We have brought over Andre Silva here from PSG. The Portuguese striker is going to be filling in as our fourth choice striker. As with us playing a two-striker formation, we are going to need a bit more backup, with only Hernandez being our only backup striker. And as quality as he is, if both our strikers are out or need resting, we don't really have anyone else in the club to fill that role, which is why we've bought Andre Silva. So yeah guys, I got to bring you back at the end of the transfer window. At the end of the transfer window, we have spent a whopping 136 mil bringing in Grealish, Torreira, Perrin and Silva. This is how our starting 11 is looking going into the first half of this season. Hopefully we can have the likes of Grant, Werner and Nkunku running, Tuanzebe, all hitting for 90s, and potentially Kanati and Lodi at the end of the season. Hopefully a bit of growth from James, because I'm surprised they didn't grow at all last season. But yeah guys, I guess I'll bring back one and find our Champions League group. So guys, in our Champions League group we have been drawn with PSG, Anderlecht and Basel. A group I can see us getting through, because I don't see Anderlecht or Basel winning us. PSG could cause some problems, but with the other two sides in the group, I can see us going through. We absolutely smashed it in the group stage, guys, finishing top of our group without picking up a single loss and only conceding one goal, which is pretty good. We were able to beat Paris twice, and we also beat everyone else because we didn't pick up a loss. So let's find out who our round of 16 opponent is. We've been drawn up against Juventus here in the round of 16, which is quite a difficult opponent early on. But if we do go through, then we are knocking out quite a big team quite early on, which could provide useful later on in the campaign. So absolutely smashing it in the Premier League as well, without picking up a single loss in this competition as well. We could potentially go the season unbeaten, only picking up one draw and winning every single game, which could be pretty good. We could rally the most amount of points. Well, for the season are 61, so you never know guys, we could end up being the highest total point in Premier League history, which would be very nice. So since we're in January now guys, I guess I'll bring you back if we make any signings. So guys, we have decided to pick up a brand new goalkeeper. We have brought in Manuel Neuer for £2 million, which is a crazy figure for such a good goalkeeper. He's 39 years old now, he's coming to the end of his career, and hopefully he can come here and provide a bit more experience and help calm some nerves of some of the younger ones who will be pushing for a Champions League run this season. So I'm hoping that he can provide a bit more behind the scenes support than on the pitch, but still not a bad signing nonetheless. So unfortunately Ryan Schofield, who has been with us since the beginning, is leaving us on a pre-contract. He is going to be joining Norwich, and because he wanted to leave the club, we were unable to renew it, which is also one of the main reasons we did pick up Neuer. So we did have another backup goalkeeper if we needed. So yeah, Schofield's leaving us, but it's not that big of a loss really. So a goalie in and a goalie out, the only business this window, with Neuer coming in and Schofield leaving. this is how our starting 11 is looking going into the game here against Piemonte Calcio. Honestly, I just wish that James would have grown a bit more, because most of our team should be hitting the 90s by the end of the season, and we are going to have one hell of a side. Saka now a 93. Who'd have thought when we picked him up when he was 74 rated, he'd grow to reach that level? But same with Grant, he's now at an 89. We've just had a bunch of growth from a bunch of players. This is quite a good team we've built. I'd be surprised if we didn't at least make it deep into the Champions League this season though. But without further ado guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we have our first leg of the Champions League. The first leg here, and it's away against Piemonte Calcio in the round of 16. We are missing Werner through injury and Lodi through suspension, so Hernandez and Kone is going to be filling in for the missing players. The starting 11 is still strong nonetheless though, so I can at least see us picking up at least a goal. We actually we got a 1-0 loss. This is not ideal in the slightest. We are going to have to turn it around in the home leg, but hopefully with Lodi and possibly Werner could both be back in, hoping turning this tie around. So we have got the second leg here against Piemonte Calcio, the home leg, but we have to overcome a 1-0 deficit. Hopefully with our full strength starting 11 at this time we can do just that. Come on lads. Let's go! 2-0 win! Martial missing a penalty in the 82nd minute, and then we go ahead and win the game in the 83rd. Oh, that must be devastating for the Juventus fans, but for us, however, that's just what we like to see. So with us now progressing to the quarterfinals, I guess I'll bring you back when our opponents have been drawn. So we have a full English affair here in the quarterfinals. So we have been drawn up here against Liverpool, which I'm not too sure to make out, because they could produce a lot of trouble for us, but we've got to overcome it if we do want to end up with the eventual champions of Europe. So I guess I'll bring it back when we're travelling to Anfield. So we have the first leg here, and it's against Liverpool, and we're here at Anfield for the quarterfinals. We are missing Reece James through injury, so Walker Peters is going to be filling in at right back for the remainder of the Champions League run, because Reece James is out for 4 months unfortunately. But hopefully we can pick up an away goal and hopefully not concede too many. We get a 1-1 draw, which puts us in a decent position. At least we have the away goal. Hopefully Konate or Werner aren't suspended for the next leg, because they have got a yellow card, but I guess we'll see what happens at the next game. So we have the second leg here against Liverpool, so obviously Reece James is still out. 1-1 at Anfield. We just need to grab a win basically. Pull away a 1-0 win. Tuanzebe does pick up an injury. Let's just hope that it's nothing too serious. So here in the semi-finals we've been drawn up against Atletico Madrid, and the other semi-finals are Manchester Derby, so that's kind of cool. There's 3 English teams here in the semi-finals, proving that the Premier League is the best league, but can't get too ahead of ourselves. We've got to beat Atleti first in order to get to the final, which hopefully we can do. So I guess I'll bring you back when we have the home leg. So we have the first leg here at home against Atletico Madrid. For some reason Saka's suspended. I don't know how he's got suspended, but I'm not sure who'll be filling in for him. Gnabry will be filling in for him, so it's not a big loss. Hopefully though we can come out on top. Obviously still missing Reece James, but let's see how we're doing this first leg here. It's a 0-0 draw. Pretty uneventful game by the looks of it. Nkunku and Lodi both picking up a yellow card. Hopefully they're not suspended, but not really much we can do if they are. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we have the away leg. So we have got the second semi-final leg here against Atleti. Unfortunately Nkunku is suspended, but hopefully Jack Grealish can fill in and perform out of his skin for us. We need a goal. Realistically we need a goal. Let's just hope we can get it. Come on with a 2-1 win, come on! Saka picking up a goal and Grant picking up a goal. Oh, I'm glad we've won. That puts us through to the final. We're in the final of the Champions League, finally. Ooh. So in the final here, we have been drawn up against Manchester United. I mean, they must have beaten Man City. Yeah, they won 4-3 on aggregate over Man City. But Manchester United in the final. This is going to be quite an interesting final, an all-English affair. Let's see how it goes. But guys, we have absolutely demolished the Premier League this season. We're unbeatables, as well as winning 35 games, drawing 3, finishing on 108 points. We've absolutely smashed it. We finished 10 points ahead of Liverpool in second, who had 98. So that's pretty incredible. At the start of the season, we were able to beat Liverpool 5-4 on penalties, meaning we did win the Community Shield. We also beat Man United earlier in the season in the final, in the Carabao Cup final, winning 2-0 there. And then we also came out on top in the FA Cup final, winning Liverpool 3-2, meaning we are going on for the domestic treble. Well, the treble in general, actually, as well as picking up, we're on for our 5th piece of silverware this season. That's incredible. So here's the final look at our entire squad before we get into the Champions League final here. We have built what I would say is a very, very, very strong side. Not very often where basically all of your players are at least 80 rated, apart from a few of the crapper players who have been here since the start. But you've got to back their loyalty really, staying with us for this long, till we've finally made it to the Champions League final. We've got players like Sancho at the club now, which I never would have imagined, and we have a bunch of decent backup strikers and players all around. So yeah guys, I guess we'll bring you back in the Champions League final. Here we go guys, finals kicked off. Here's Danny Olmo, Levitt, Greenwood, shoots, simple save for Lunin. One by Nkunku, is Werner playing it through, Sancho is Carlon Grant through here against the keeper and scores. There we go, Huddersfield Town 1-0 up in the Champions League final. I'm surprised the shot went in. I don't think it was going in, so it took me a while to actually react, but Carlon Grant puts it away here. I'm not sure who the keeper is, but lovely ball through from Sancho, got the beating of the defender from the angle as well. Cracking finish for that. We have a free kick in a decent position here guys. Can Nkunku do something with it? It's over the wall. Oh! Such a close effort. I thought it had dipped in. How close was this? Oh, just over the bar. Man United with a free kick here at the edge of the box. Whipped in by Rashford. Headed by Greenwood, but caught by Lunin. Counter-attacking possibility here though with Saka. Here's Karlan Grant. Timo Werner playing it out wide. Here's Kyle Walker-Peters. Cross the ball in here. Karlan Grant scores again! Lovely word counter-attack here from Huddersfield Town. Sees us put the ball in the net once again. Karlan Grant, the man to do it. Lovely ball in. Simple volley past De Gea. Man United with a counter-attack here to end the half potentially. Cooksunder got a lot of space down the wing here. Renan Lodi. That's half time. We're going 2-0 up. We've had a lot of chances. Man U haven't really had a sniff of anything. But hey, we'll take it. 2-0 up. Greenwood's won it back. It's through. And Didi. Should have had one back there. Man United with a chance. It's Rashford to Olmo. It's through and it's 2-1. Game on. Man United not sitting down for too long. Lovely 1-2 between Olmo and Rashford. Olmo's run. Why is he running around? Bro, you should be grabbing the ball, pal. I mean, yeah, do what you want, pal. We've still got a 1-goal advantage. Looks like we're going to have to... How long is it going on for? I'm just going to skip it. Thank you. Rashford, lovely passing play between them. Not much we can do about that. Greenwood with the ball here, played it through Levitt. Just wide. Powerful effort, unfortunately for them, just wide. Luckily for us, not 2-2. Man United with a good attacking opportunity is Greenwood, intercepted by Lodi. Oh, poor pass. Guys, what are we doing? Oh, Lunin's bailed us out. Lunin has just bailed us out. This is a dangerous throw from the corner. Not cleared. Come on, guys, clear it. Someone. Ethan Layard crosses one into Greenwood. Oh! We gave it away in the 90th minute. Why is the team playing it? Why was no one just left him? Where's our defence? Oh, play a ball over the top. Werner, please win that. Grant, Werner, goes inside, scores! In the 93rd minute, 94th minute, sorry. We concede the 92nd minute equaliser. The ref gives us a stupid amount of time to play on. Werner cuts in and shoots. And puts it top bins. The Man U fans don't believe it. They thought it was over. It's over now. Cracking finish into the top corner. Oh, Werner's just won this for us. The German. Werner Verbena. What a lifesaver. Man United kicking off now. And there it is, guys, the full-time whistle. I can't believe that was such a hectic end to the game. We concede a 90th minute equaliser and then go ahead in the 93rd minute. What a crazy end to a final that is. Oh. The Man United fans surely can't be happy with the ref there. Tuanzebe, the former Man United man, now the Huddersfield captain, winning the Champions League final against his former team. But yeah, what a day, what a game. Enjoy the rest of the celebrations.